top connector. And they're not actually going to commit to trying to take it either. So right-hand peek from Naf, no chance Fantasy actually gets the kill there. Really, if it's one of those small things in the game, it's very simple because when you explain it, it's like right-hand peek, no matter what, they will see you first. And when you get told that, you rethink the way you play every single angle in the game. You just start thinking, I shouldn't crouch in corners where I'm left-hand favoured at all.
No, completely putting yourself at a disadvantage. At this time, though, the advantage across the board is just in the camp of Team Liquid. They've won basically every single firefight into the round. Freakazoid is going to get spotted out after he gets that one kill onto Stewie as well. This could be the meat grinder as they push up towards him. Luckily enough, they were all ready for him, so they do get the kill off. There isn't going to be a ridiculous amount of damage done until Naf arrives on the scene, the headhunter himself. And Elite moves his way out. That was really crisp.
I love seeing that.
Oh, it's so nicely played as well. The slight face, you get the kill onto Vanity. This puts so much more pressure on Cooper, so he has to play way more defensive initially he may have wanted to.
Sure. Oh, the plant gets delayed, which means they have to adjust it. The only place they can plant without being covered from short, they actually commit to it and Stewie covers him. That's very bold, in all fairness. That is very bold.
It's a pretty big confidence play. It is going to pay off for him. Cooper gave his position away as well, so they know exactly where he is.
They shouldn't live in this round. Elige has got the big rep. When he gets contact, that means it'll be time for Twists to strike. The flash over the top is one you rarely see just because why would you ever? But this should be pickings for Elige. Food is ready for that though.
Food wanted to try and take the battle. He does lose out on it. Freakazoid's the only one that's currently still alive as he went for the swing to take the fight towards Naf.
He looks away. No.
Timing being everything there. It's not great at all. Oh, Cooper.
Right-hand peek.
I already suspect him. All of these angles just being so favoured to Liquid in the way they're playing it. It's also easy. Freakazoid at least gets a piece of the pie. Wanted to get the second kill as he went for the full wide swing out with the Deagle. Food's going to hope to do the same. Does peek it. Fires off a couple of warning shots. Will get a slight tag, but it's not convertible into a frag. And it is all just down to Vanity now. CZ in hand, 1 versus 4. No time in the world really here to do anything. This is awkward. And Team Liquid, the more rounds they're winning on the trot bend, they're building up that money. They're also building up the momentum to just try and play aggressive. They basically had complete control of mid.
This should be mid control for them, guaranteed.
Oh, the utility usage has been great. Freakazoid as well, quite precise here in his aiming. He's able to at least get the kill on the Dave Stewie, but where are they? He's just on his own. He was sent in as basically a suicide squad on a solo mission. He has been eliminated, and the whole potential of that really instantly being the crushing attack they needed to open up the round has just been taken away from them by themselves. Now you're back into a 4 versus 4. I think Food might have spotted the top of Twist's scout there. It looked like he did, but I guess not.
Twists is very concerned. Cooper was incredibly loud going towards connector just then. But look where Naf is. Naf's got to firebox. He's just dropped out of Palace. Oh, he actually walked out ramp, didn't he? He walked out the whole way. The timing, because Cooper was watching Palace. But he switched to connector just at the wrong time.
Yeah, he's now role-playing as a CT.
So this is really awkward, because if Naf were to walk CT, he'll definitely see Cooper if he goes for the wide enough angle here. Oh, he actually doesn't check it. Okay, so he'll get to CT. He can go all the way behind jungle and clear that way. There's enough time for him to do it as well, but Vanity. No!
Oh,
he still gets the kill!
He gets the frag somehow. He's left on 32 HP. Twist also has a completely free backstab with a juicy headshot just to add to the finesse of everything. Food has to get away. He just sprints out of there. There was no chance for him into the round. And it's been conceded. That's another one going the way of Team Liquid already. It's just shut down entirely.
So we can all kind of pinpoint that on the mid situation, right? I was just talking about how if you want mid control, you do this trial stop mid smoke, you put them also behind it, you make sure there's 2 people pushing up so they win the firefight. UMP play, which, So they've done the same smoke again, so how does this work differently? 3 players charging up mid, but Nitro's behind the box already.
Oh, this is so rough. It's the one time they actually fully commit to it as well, and it's not just a solo mission, Nitro. It looked almost as if he was actually going to be gifted a collateral instead. It's constant damage being served up by Marky. He gets a 2k into the round. The first time we've seen United have an advantage in the opening of a round in such a long time as well. But now Team Liquid push out. They start to try and take A site. They want to lock it down. They have basically been given it. It's entirely open. They don't have much utility left though. 3 flashbangs and 1 Molotov is everything that is in their arsenal. That's all their equipment. Naf! fully commits to it, wanted to battle towards CT. They were so exposed. This should be the opening round for United unless Elij somehow went huge. They're actually going for it again as well. They're playing with the confidence mid-bursts. But here's the difference maker. Yeah, they just sprint their way up. Stewie, he's burning so much. He's going to get shot in the back as well because it's completely exposed at that point to Marky. Now Team Liquid's fast-paced tempo might actually be their downfall. The only trio that remains of Naf, Nitro, and Twist are going towards the A site. Cooper with the AWP, backed up by his teammates. Freakazoid just going for the full frontal, spots out the CT player. And Nitro could be their saving grace with a Molotov as well. Burns Freakazoid to a crisp, sends him off to the Burns ward, and now they're back into this round. It's 2 versus 2. A way better position than they were ever in the last 20 seconds of the round. They somehow salvage it. A peek goes up from stairs. Cooper fires off a warning shot with the AWP. He does have 2 flashes. He's got support of Marky. They do have kits. And they're creeping their way back in towards the site. Nitro, he's got a good supporting angle here to play around Naf. They have their backs exposed to him. Naf gets 1 kill. If Nitro swings, he gets the other, which he will, taking down Cooper. United, it was there. It was.
I'm going to go this way, but
yeah.
just a tad bit more. And that probably changes the round entirely, right? They had no idea Nitro was towards CT, and he gets that kill as well.
Well, that's one way to start things off.
Nitro and Naf really feel themselves right now. Really giving it. 7-1. But if this is how the game was actually on Mirage last week, it really doesn't surprise me too much, because you can see how comfortable Liquid look on this T side. They're just kind of doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like, Food's in an awkward spot here, where he's been there quite a few times this game. They double flash over to get him out, which is probably a waste of the flashes at this rate, considering it just got smoked. But ultimately, Stewie, with this position, he can make sure there's nobody in that cubby towards jungle. The player coming up connector doesn't really need to be too worried. He can check left close, and he can check right close. And Food is just going for the info at mid now. Stewie's about to check for it, and it's an easy kill.
They get the smoke off towards Palace over at the A site at least. However, this isn't really going to change much.
Ooh.
They're boosting Marky up.
I always like this boost, because you're pretty much guaranteed a kill.
Yeah. I mean, the fact is Vanity as well, he's only got 8 HP, so if you put him in a bit more of an awkward angle where you can only really hit the headshot, it's not the worst thing in the world. Although he does fall off and have to retreat off the back of it. They've got site control. Bomb's now been planted. Cooper's watching here. If Elij overextends, it should be a free frag for the CTs, but even then it's not going to put them into a great position. And they are fully committing to the save, barely getting away as well.
Stewie's already kind of close here as well, although he is primed on the wrong position, but doesn't matter too much. As he said, low HP, very easy target.
007 intro, as he walks into the scope.
Yeah,
That's
it was
quite nice.
actually. Gosh. So they're actually not actively hunting this as much as I thought they would. So obviously Naf and Nitro, they've been playing incredibly well so far this game, which means they have most cash because they've stayed alive quite often and also have a lot of kills. So I guess that's the prime reasoning here. We can just build up a great economy. No matter what, we'll have, you know, a backing of 2, maybe 3 gun rounds. Nitro should drop though right now because Elij does have a Molotov as well.
40 seconds here. Ooh. Cooper possibly walking into his own demise.
How is he allowed to do that?
Yeah, this is ridiculous that they're just able to swing out onto the site and there's no way of just
There's 2 players
covering
CT.
each other.
Like, how is that possible?
They're both playing so far back. There was nothing at all coming through from the side of United in terms of the defense.
Marky though.
I mean, maybe it's a backstab, but they're completely outnumbered into this round. Freakazoid's also quite low, left on 42 HP. He has a flash and a smoke, which in reality he can't even use, and Nitro spotting it. But Nitro wins the fight!
That should never be happening. Like, don't get me wrong, he's made an incredible swerve jump to the side to dodge most of the spray. But regardless, he shouldn't be winning the firefight. And Naf sends Freakazoid straight to the skies. 9-1. But surely, can they not see him? Margin in charge as Elij with the spray right there with the SG. Should be a pretty simple round, all things considered. They've run out B with a bomb as well. So it's just a case of, can we live and get out of mid? Elij will not.
The thing is, it doesn't matter though. It was more just a distraction at that point, really. You've got B site, the bomb is down. The real task at hand in this round is pretty much already complete. Freakazoid stands in the Molotov.
And he's gone all the way out.
It's not gone well. Oh,
he missed the entrance.
All right, Cooper actually gets a good entry here, Ben. And he's got an AWP.
Yeah, he should get out.
Surely, just retreat. You're not going to win the round from this point. Your teammate's dead already as well.
If you want to cause concern, you throw a smoke onto the site. That'll pull them back in so you don't get hunted this way. But there's 3 players towards B right here for Beauty United. This is a good setup, like, situation for them. But the flashes are so good! They get no chance of getting anything!
Oh, Ben. This is absolute destruction. They've all just been blown to bits. It's only Vanity and Freakazoid that remain. And again, they have to save. Vanity might be a little bit more outrageous with it and just try and hold close towards the wall for the exits. But at this point, it's not even worth it. Just guarantee yourself that you're actually going to get those guns. As Liquid, they're coming in so dominantly right now. The tempo's there, the confidence is in full swing. They've bombarded themselves in towards the B-bomb site. And they're still trying to get those guns out of their hands as well. They can afford to push this if they want to. Basically, everyone on that team has 10K in the bank. They are rich.
Yeah, you've got 4 players guaranteed over 10K. Vanity drops as well. Last man alive, Freakazoid. The story of the game would be Elige comes out, he gets the players lived long enough. It would be quite good. But look at this, there's no respect left.
They've just walked in towards the site. Twists, windmilling his way around on the bomb site, has already killed 2 of them. Vanity trades it back, but Elige is on the scene, so of course he's going to kick up a fuss. And there is only Freakazoid and Marky that remain. This is horrific right now for Reunited. The chance of them actually getting back into this round is basically entirely gone. Marky hopes to salvage anything that he can find. It'll only be a singular
That's when it comes out. Oh, actually, it was a flash, in fact, just slowing down. But Marky, you have to go with these wild plays. You have to go for high risk, high reward plays. Otherwise, you're not going to get anything. Liquid have been all over them. This could be an issue, though, for United. If they were to have actually attacked mid just then, as Elige flashed, the A players could have just gone straight out and got straight behind them. Food didn't see him. I'm surprised. That's a right-hand peek on top of the stairs there. If Elige is able to sell a fake on his own towards B, I'd be amazed. Right here.
I mean, he doesn't have any utility or anything at all as well. It's just the fact he's only got an M4 and the skin that's on his back. 50 seconds on the clock. Molotov goes down so they can try and clear towards Underdark. Flashbang starts to go out towards the site. Food luckily adjusts just at the right time. They are literally bustling, ready to just burst their way out on towards A, though.
Freakazoid's coming by an underpass.
Here goes the utility. The backstab should be countered. Freakazoid spots it onto Elige. Naf gets the early entry back onto Vanity. It's an awkward firefight over towards stairs, but Stewie, as he glides through the air, looking like Spider-Man as he swings into action, will get the kill. Traded back upon by Cooper. If he did go for the wide swing out, he could have tried to deny the bomb. Instead, they leave it in a close scenario. It's a 3 versus 2. That's the last of the utility for the T's, but that is a banger of a shot, an absolute worldie. As Cooper is smashed in the face with a fadeaway bullet. Now they're in a winnable position to take this. They've got good post plants. They're set up to win the round. This could be another Team Liquid takeover. The 1v1, Freakazoid spotted out. But this also means he knows the position. He's going to jump on the bomb. The face comes around Nitro. As he bunny hops around the corner, he's wasted enough time. It's set in stone, Ben. Team Liquid, another round. It's going to be a 13-1.
Yeah, 13-1. That was arguably a 3v5, I guess. At one point, it actually was. Stewie will go right past him, but that smoke's going to fade in the next 5 seconds.
They know as well. They're just spamming it anyway. Oh, Ben. This is probably the way the first half is going to be closed out in a 14-1 fashion if it carries on like this right now, as Cooper is lucky to even be alive. Marky as well, plucked out of the air there by Stewie. Elige is popping heads. And all you've got left is Freakazoid. Big man Ryan, hoping to cause some kind of a ruckus as he looks to get rambunctious, but he can't.
And he dodges the flashbangs too.
That's the worst part, though. The fact he's actually been able to back off means they can do even more damage. Now they're set up to defend the site, picking them away from a distance. Team Liquid, they are hungry to close this one down right here, right now, as they find the initial frags that they needed. Naf, tagged up ever so slightly. They have got site control. It's a 3 versus 2 now, though, as they start to pop off. Vanity and Food both getting a killer piece. They can play around a bomb site. Twists is pushing his way out. The Silent Assassin walks into their crosshairs, and Food finally starts to take a bite out.
Elige and Naf, they both got smokes. This could be really awkward, though. You put the smokes down in an awkward way, you can find individual kills.
Oh, the spam of the Deagle doesn't work out well. However, the same might not be able to be said for the
Oh my God.
He played a little bit of ring around the rosies. He will go down. And now there's 3 CTs remain. They're a little bit paranoid into this round. And it looks like they might actually just be backing off. They did invest into armor. They also have the weapons as well. You basically realize the round's probably too far gone as well because they have complete site control. If you do just call it quits, at least you'll have a lot more to play over to the later rounds. And it's not like Team Liquid are teetering on a knife's edge of losing this one. They are firmly in the lead. So you can afford to lose a couple of rounds here and there to actually have a better economy on that CT side.
Yeah, quite interesting that Stewie didn't spend his money.
Yeah.
Like, he was the only one who didn't. But consider, like, as I was saying, like, that during that B rush, the players on B having smokes means you can create such an awkward battle. Like, we saw Nitro abuse the idea with how many smokes there were. He was just like, well, I'll run this way, I'll run through one, I'll try and find any little crevice. Yeah, a bit of an awkward one. The double nade missing out just by a slight amount, really. So mid control achieved, a battle up connector, but they're so low going up here that it's, you get situations like that. A man with a P250 ducking in and out like that is so hard to deal with.
Oh, the fact is as well, if they push towards CT, Ben twists, he can have an absolute field day here. This weapon can just completely grind its way through opposition. Elige gets a bit bloodthirsty, kills Twist. Elige now suffers the fate as well, leaving it all up to Marky. 9 HP, Krieg in his hand, a 1 versus 2 on the stairs. 30 seconds on the clock. As the wide swing comes around, the backstab was set up as well, so they capitalize onto him as they collapse. Well, that's certainly a way to start it, and that's probably the way to actually finish it. Yeah. They've been able to find a good majority of the frags. They've got bomb control. It's only Food and Freakazoid that remain. This has really gone horribly. And now Team Liquid can completely converge on towards the bomb if they wanted to as well. They don't really even have to play towards the bomb sites at this point. Food will at least get a kill back on Twists.
I'm not sure if they saw the bomb properly. They will now, regardless, because Stewie's run over it here.
Yeah.
So that should mean, we see Nitro merging all the way across. Naf will stay where he is. I think his position's really good.
Elige can literally just afford to sit on these steps and then go for a bit of aim training, Ben. The pop-up and the pop of one head. And now the full commit is to just spam his way through the smoke. 16.